Morning, it's Jenny here from stampinmoments.blogspot.com. Today's project is this mini album that you can put photos and memory bits and bobs in using the Petal Passion Memories and More card pack. Okay, so I'll just show you what products we actually used. So you need black cardstock as well as white cardstock. You need the envelope punch board. You need some colouring mediums, whatever you want, markers. I've used the Stampin blends, the pink pirouette dark and light and the old olive dark and light. You need some double-sided tape. I've got the 1/8 and the 1/4 inch, and a bone folder and some scissors, and I used one of the little embellishments. They come in a couple of sorts, so the little flower or the leaves. I've used the flower. Okay, and you also need for a little trimming the Stampin trimmer. So we'll get started then. So the first pieces of cardstock you need is for the actual cover. So you need 2 pieces of 8 inches by 6 1/4 inches. This album is all in inches, and you need 2 of them. Along the 8 1/4 inch you need to score at 4 1/4. Okay, and you need to turn it over on both pieces. You need 1 piece of double-sided on one end, and there's the score line there, and you need double-sided tape all the way round on that side. So do that to 2 pieces. Okay, and then the next piece you need to do is 6 1/4 by 6 inches, and you need to score every 1/2 inch along the 6 inch side. All right, and then you need to turn it over and add double-sided tape down the sections that I've shown you here. So every other section apart from the 2 on the end there. Okay, and so we're going to make the outside cover first. So once you've done that double-sided tape, if you turn it over, and we're just going to concertina fold the whole piece along the score lines. Alright, so just press it down so it will be like a fan fold like that. Okay, so these 2 ends are single pieces, and the 5 pieces in the middle are the mountain valleys. Okay, so we've got to glue those together. So using your double-sided tape that you've already got on, we're going to glue them together. So just pinch them. So all the mountains will be glued together, and this will become the spine of your mini album. Alright, so you'll end up with a piece looking like that. So you'll have 5 like double folded cardstock pieces in the middle and 2 single ones on the outside. So that's your spine. So if you look like that, the covers are going to go on these pieces, and your pages are going to go on the folded pieces in the middle. Okay, so then you need to get one of your cover back. Now to glue this cover onto the spine, we're going to use the end with just a single piece of double-sided tape. So I'll need to turn it round to do this so I can just see it, and we're just going to butt it up to the score line, making sure it doesn't go over the actual spine. So like that. Okay, so that's joined. Then you're going to turn it over, fold along the score line, and then we're going to take the double-sided tape off, and then we're sandwiching that little single spine. So make sure you've got them all folded back like that, okay, and we're going to sandwich that in between. Okay, so that's one cover. So it will look like that. So that's going to be the front, and then you've got the 5 pieces that are double, and then the single one. Then you're going to repeat that to the other cover. So take the double-sided tape off, it's just the single one at the end. Turn it over and join it to the single spine. Alright, so then you can just turn it over, keep that flat, and again fold that in half along the score line, and then take off your double-sided tape. Alright, and fold it over the single spine, making sure you keep so they're nice to thick outer layers, so it's becoming like a book like that. So you've got the 2 covers, the front and the back, and then the 5 little spines in the middle. Okay, so then the next pieces of cardstock that you need are for the pages. Now I chose black and white pages, so you need 3 black and 3 white. They're a 6 1/4 by 11 1/2, and you need to score along the 11 1/2 at 1/4 inch, 4 1/2 inches, and 8 3/4. Okay, and then on the valley side, the side you scored, you need to add a piece of double-sided tape on the very thin section there. Okay, and then turn it over, and on the second section in from the left, a piece of double-sided tape along the bottom edge. Okay, so we're going to bring in the thin section with the double-sided tape, and we're going to join it over here to make a pocket. Okay, so take the piece of double-sided tape off and the piece on the thin section, so you folded it in, and then you're going to bring it over, fold along the score line, and it will go up to the next score line. Okay, make sure you crease really well. So there's your pocket, and then you're left with this piece, and you're going to fold it away from yourself, so it will come like that. So you'll have the pocket at the top, so you can put a card in there. Now this piece I wanted to decorate with the envelope punch board, so bring that in. So with the pocket, so put your hand in the pocket and have it on the left hand side, and then put it underneath the punching mechanism, so that you can just see half of the little metal punch underneath, and then punch, and then move it across so the left hand side lines up at 3 1/8, which is half of the piece of the page, and punch. So you will end up with the pages looking like that. Okay, so with the pocket at the top, you need to get your cutter, and we're going to trim off this top piece. So put it in your trimmer so you can just see where the cutting blade goes in the little ridge, and then we're going to trim off this section there. Okay, so this will be your page. So the pocket's at the top, and then you've got the flap. Okay, so you need to do that to all 5 pieces. So you'll have 3 black and 2 white, making sure you've got all the pockets at the top. Okay, so then you're going to bring back your cover. Now we need to add some double-sided tape down to each spine. So just pull out one at a time, fold down one at a time, and put some double-sided tape on just one side. Okay, so that's one. So fold the next one down. So just on one side, on the right hand side, which is the top of each spine. There you go, so you can see all the double-sided tape on each spine. Okay, so I'll start with the black page, with that, making sure that opening is at the top. Take off your first piece, the one at the back. I find it easier to start at the back. So take the double-sided tape off, and then you're just going to add it to that little spine. Can you see I've just gone up to the score line, so don't go over the score line. On the back you'll have a piece like that, okay, which is the back of the spine. I'll show you what to do with that next. So then continue doing that and then go on to the white piece. Making sure you don't go over the score line, and try and keep it in line here. And then fold down the next spine, and then we're going to do the black one. So like I said, I did 3 black and 2 white alternate pages. And the next one. So this isn't getting glued down. It needs to be able to move so that you can flick through your pages of your album. All right. And then the last one. The black one. Okay, so now you can see these are your outside, that's the front cover, and that's your back cover, and these are your 5 pages, and these are all got the pockets at the top, and these are the little flaps. Okay, so it will look like that. So like I said, when you've glued that page on the spine, you're left with this ridge. Now to do cover that, I wanted a little pocket, so I took a 6 1/4 piece and a 2 inch, and you're going to get your envelope punch board, and you're going to line it up in the middle at 3 1/8 and just punch once. Okay. And then you're going to put double-sided tape on the bottom edge and the 2 sides. So do that to 3 black and 2 white. So 6 1/4 by 2 inches, and punch at 3 1/8. And take the double-sided tape off, and we're just making another little pocket so you can insert one of the smaller cards. So you're going to go over right to the score line. Okay, and then that gives you a pocket. All right, so you can do that. So that's the black one. So this is the next one, so we're going to cover that with white. And the black one. Add some sided tape to that one. Alright, so continue doing that until you've done all 5 pieces. Alright, so you can see you've got a pocket on the back now of each one. Alright. So now you want to close it up, and we're going to put a piece of ribbon, but we want to hide the ribbon behind the front layers. So on the front cover you're going to put a piece of double-sided tape across the middle and then across the back. Okay, and then you're going to get a piece roughly about 50 50 centimeters, or do it in inches. Hang on. About 18 inches. Okay, so fold it in half, and then we're just going to glue that down to the back and front. All right, like that. And then you're going to take whatever card set you want to use. I chose this one for the front and this card for the back. All right, so once you do that, once you've glued down the ribbon, you're going to glue down the front cover over the ribbon, turn it over, and then you're going to add the back cover over the ribbon. Okay, so that's your actual album made, and then you can decorate it in the sorry for reaching across, but in your pack you get all these little stickers, and they're really quite thick, so you're going to colour them with the Stampin' blends. Like I said, I use the pink pirouette, the dark, the light and the dark, and the old olive. Okay, so once you've added the covers, you're going to add your colour in your stickers you want to use, add them up, and I put a few pearls on there if you want to, and then add foam pads underneath that one. For the wording, all I did is I got a black Memento ink pad and went over it with the ink pad to make it black. So that one I've inked it over with black. You have to wait for it to dry a little bit, but I just glued that on with Tombow, and then I added the embellishment with the mini glue dot. And then this one is the same wording in the pack, so I left that white. I just glued that on with the mini glue dot. And then the next pages, so these sheets here, you're just going to glue it down, and this is another card, and then I coloured this word in with the black ink pad and just glued it on. Put another on the inside cover. Okay, and then added the little inserts at the top. So that's the next. So this is the back of the pocket, so it fits the little cards perfectly. And this one's another card with another pink layer on, and you can add your photo or journaling, whatever you want. Some more stickers, another card. This one I made a separate pocket, so I took one of the cards and I put double-sided tape on the back on just 3 sides and left the top one of the longer side free, and so you can just stick a card in. This is one of the big cards. I just coloured in the flower, and then this layer here was a bigger card, and I just trimmed it down in half, and you can add it to the strips of the folds. Another little card, another big card with the smaller card. You can choose what cards you like. I've just these are the ones I've used. And then these are some more stickers coloured in. Another card with some more stickers, and another piece that I've trimmed into sections. And another sticker, and another big card with a smaller card on top. Another card, and then that middle is actually part of this one. I'll just trim them into 3, and then I've put one layer on the back to match, so the front and back covers match, but I didn't colour them in. And then on the pockets, I've just used 5 of the cards that you can turn over, add photos, do journaling, and I've trimmed the top edges with the envelope punch board. So you just need to line up, so go on one side and punch, and then move it across and to the other side and just punch, just lining up in the middle where the metal punch is, so it just decorates the corner edges, and then they can go in the top pockets. All right, and then you can just fill it with your lovely photos or memories, and that's your mini album. Then you're left with quite a few cards, so I decided to do a double spread. So this is a piece of 12 by 12 black cardstock, and I've just added 4 of the cards, turned them over, and they were pink on the other side. One of the cards had the word happy on, and then 2 of the cards had the flowers, which I just cut out and popped up with 3D foam pads. The letters are cut out using the large letter framelits, so for all the memories, and they're all popped up using the edge of the 4x3 cards. They're all butted together to give the border, and I put 3D mini dimensionals on the back of the letters, pop them up. And then this piece here is 2 cards, and I trimmed them at 1.5 inches, and I needed just a 3 fit along the bottom, and these are 2 cards stuck underneath. And then this piece here is a pink, powder pink, and that's 6.5 by 4.5, and then the black piece is 6.25 by 4.25, and this lovely little frame was in the pack as well, but I've just glued it down 3 sides so you can stick your photo behind it, so your photo will be behind this white layer. Okay, so that's one side of the 12 by 12 spread, and then the other side I used the pocket pages. So I added 2 pieces of the powder pink 6 by 4, and then 2 cards had some flowers, so I just cut away the edge and just glued them down on the corners, so just the corner edge, so you can still slide your photo in on the mat. Okay, so it can just slide underneath. And then the other 2 opposite corners, there's some acetate photo overlays. You get 2 of these in the kit. One's got together on, and one's got flowers. So you just need the 2 6 by 4 pieces of the cardstock in black, and I've just put them on the corners, and you're going to put your photos in between. Okay, and then I've just added some 4x3 cards that are still in the pack to match. This piece here was the 4th bit of this when you trim down 2 cards, and I've just cut it in half and added a notch, and that's on top of the actual pocket. So these pink ones are behind the pockets, and this piece here is added on top. Okay, so that's your layouts, but you're still left with all these cards, so you could do, you know, another layout with them. Okay, and don't forget you can use the back as well. The back looks like that of the pocket, and so this is the double spread. Okay, and you've got the mini album using all just a bit of cardstock and the Petal Passions Memories and More card pack. I hope you like the project. Have a good day. Bye.